It is exactly 1 minute past the hour of 10. Welcome to the news tonight. My name is Wadulo Mark Arnold, and let's take a look at tonight's headlines before we get into our bulletin. Nailed NRM youth relocated from Mulago. Violent rains ravage homes in Luengo. Joshua Cheptegei wins gold again. And Uganda still pursuing medals at the All Africa Games. So it is a pleasure having you watching UBC News tonight. You're welcome, and we're broadcasting live from Nile Avenue. Now, in tonight's top story, government will send 100 teachers to Japan for a 1-month course for trainers on mind education to enable them counsel young people under their care on generational challenges that come with the new era of information and communication. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni revealed this during the meeting with Reverend Oksu Park, the founder of Good News Mission, an international youth fellowship, who paid a courtesy call on him at his residency at the Intercontinental Yokohama Grand Hotel in Japan. The president is in Yokohama on a 3-day official state visit to attend the TCAT 7 conference hosted by the Japanese government. The president hopes that the training will help teachers to support the growing youth population to change their mindset and focus on the realities of life and depend on virtual information and lifestyles that have led to depression and in some cases death. Reverend Pastor Oksu Park says that today's youth don't even think on their own, but more rely on internet and social media. This, he said, has led to increased suicides among youth and drugs, also gambling. The Pastor Park is widely acknowledged as the front runner of the church and religious reformation of the 21st century. He's also serving as a youth educator and counselor who works with young people all over the world through various programs to give them a new heart and mindset. In other news, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has commended the Ashinaga movement founder and one of the leading philanthropists in Japan, Yoshiomi Tamai, for his charitable work in Japan and the world, for realizing the dreams of hundreds of orphans through education. The president was meeting Mzee Yoshiomi Tamai, who was accompanied by the Ashinaga Movement Africa Director Yukidi Owazaki, and 3 Ugandan students, Geoffrey Kaida, Vali Lutaya, and Emmanuel Marvin Maseruka, who were beneficiaries of the movement and now work voluntarily with the organization. Maseruka is one of the winners of this year's Innovation Award by the Africa-Japan Youth Alliance for SDGs, Ideas for Global Change. The president and his guests talked about the movement's work in Japan and Uganda. The president thanked them for the annual scholarships to Uganda and urged them to provide more skills-based scholarships that will enable the students to get jobs when they return home. Yoshiomi Tamae was born in Osaka in 1935. Following the loss of his mother in a traffic accident in 1964, he began investigating the state of traffic accidents in Japan. He became a critic, attacking the inadequacies of healthcare and legal systems. In 1969, he founded the Association for Traffic Accident Orphans. From 1999, he took on the role of president at Ashinaga, which he continues to this day. He has received numerous awards for his work, including Asahi Social Welfare Award of 1989 and 2003, the Brazilian Order of Rio Branco Medal of 1995, the Global Award for Fundraising, the Eleanor Roosevelt Val-Kiel Medal, and the Eiji Yoshikawa Bank Award of 2016. He also published numerous works over the years about the Ashinaga movement. Ashinaga provides students with the financial and emotional support necessary for them to progress academically and realize their goals in life. And now in more news, the National Resistance Movement Secretary Justin Kasule Lumumba and other party members have this Friday visited the Baker Kasumba, who was nailed by suspected opposition members over donning NRM beret at Mulago Hospital. The tortured victim has been relocated on orders of Lumumba from Mulago to an undisclosed hospital.
A National Resistance Movement diehard Baker Kasumba, who was admitted at Mulago Hospital after surviving an attempt to his life, has been transferred to another health facility. Kasumba bears wounds of 6-inch nails that were driven through his hands by assailants Wednesday night. The 21-year-old is a resident of Waise Kawempe Division. The Secretary General NRM Justin Kasule Lumumba wants speedy investigations into the brutal attack.
Police is investigating, and should we come to know who that person behind such acts is known to us, the anger is much. We control ourselves, the law shall take its course.
What we are saying is police should come out and investigate and establish who did this and why.
Lumumba says every Ugandan has a right to affiliate with any political party and asks Ugandans to desist from cruel and inhuman acts. She also asks police to speed up the investigations so that the suspects are brought to book.
So if this is how politics is going to be and some people are setting it this way, it is very unfortunate. Those who have been trailing this boy and warning him, and those who are trying to trail him up to hospital, please stop.
The director of Mulago Hospital, however, says Baker Kasumba is out of danger.
And found that mainly the soft tissues were injured, but the bones were rather spared by God's grace. And right now we are still treating him, and he's showing some good progress.
Kasumba narrates the audio in difficulty and a lot of pain. Meanwhile, People Power Pressure Group refuted all the allegations that they tortured one Kasumba and nailed him.
He was hammered as they accused him of supporting the ruling party. And we have not had any single political party distancing itself from that. So the suspicions are that wide.
And as People Power, we condemn every attack on any Ugandan that believes in a certain political belief, whether it be for People Power, NRM, or whatever. Every Ugandan has the right to express themselves politically as they so wish. That's what our constitution does say. So nobody should be attacked for their political beliefs.
They, however, condemn the acts. Kasule Lumumba said that NRM party will meet all the medical bills of its member. This report was compiled by Gloria Guitabinji.
In more news, Nabweru Magistrate Court has suffered a financial setback after unidentified people broke into its cash safe box and stole 48 million shillings. Reports indicate that the thugs bundled and beat up the security guard before demanding to access the cash and archives office. Police and court officials are now investigating the burglary to establish the level of damage. Let's take a look.
On a normal day, one would expect to find Naweru Magistrates Court in Wakiso District filled with people seeking justice. Instead, it was journalists seeking news. 5 machete-wielding thugs had broken into the premises at around 3 a.m. this Friday and robbed the Temple of Justice of its meager savings. Not even the prison's bus-carrying prisoners was allowed into the court premises, as police maintained. It was still a scene of crime. Lawyers and their clients were affected by the development.
Ekibadde kindeese wano nzize okuwolereza omusajja wange wa boda gwe bayita Sentamu Godfrey gwe bawambako emizigo gwe bawambako amayumba. Omusango gubadde gwenda kuwulira ku ssaawa 3. Ntuuse ku kooti nga ndaba nti kooti crime scene. Kooti bagisiirinze bagiggyeewo nti crime scene. Kino tekirabibwangako.
Holding over 2,000 case files including land cases, the unknown persons are said to have gone through multiple offices on the premises. Magistrate, State Attorney and Registry were among the targets. On swinging into action, security and police found the vault in the cash office broken into.
We are told they cut into the chain link fence to gain access. So far we understand they carried some money away. We don't know what else they've taken from this place. We are yet to count the files. This court has close to 2,000 files, so we don't know which one was tampered with. The police is still around trying to work with the staff of the court to establish what else. But they vandalized all the lockers, the safe, in the various offices.
The police and the Naweru Court authorities have not yet confirmed any stolen case files, but sources say the attackers bundled up the single security guard.
Kirabika babadde balina ekigendererwa ekyokuyingira office ya chief magistrate nga balina fayiro gye baagala. So tulowooza tulina okusuubira okuba nti no kino ekya ssente kizenga secondary.
For now, business is on standstill as police and court officials investigate to establish the level of damage. The motive of the raid of the Temple of Justice is not yet known. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Thank you, Henry, for that report, and we hope that the perpetrators can be brought to book. Now, in other news, the Uganda Airlines has launched commercial operations to the Tanzanian capital of Dar es Salaam. This brings the number of destinations the airline currently serves to 4. Our reporter Samuel Senono was on board and gives us a report.
It is day 3 and another water salute welcome is accorded to Uganda Airlines CRJ 900 jetliner, making its first landing at Julius Nyerere International Airport in Tanzania. Uganda's High Commissioner to Tanzania, Richard Kabonero, and other officials officially received this maiden flight. Kabonero was elated by this development, saying it will boost the business ties between the two countries.
Which is going to a $3.5 billion pipeline, bringing together all these, whether you are engineers or people who want to provide local content for the project. It's a huge, huge opportunity for us, and therefore to have a way of connecting directly from Uganda to Tanzania. And then also Tanzania is a gateway to Southern Africa.
The resumption of commercial operations by the airline is also being viewed by players in the sector as a shot in the arm of Africa's aviation industry.
The arrival of Uganda Airlines is a great sign for the future of the business here. I'm hopeful that it's a seed of things to come. I've worked in East Africa previously, and things have changed a bit in aviation, but not a great deal. And I'm hopeful this is a sign of the future, what's very exciting.
Since the launch of commercial flights early this week, questions have been raised on how the airline plans to fend off potential competitors. But the commercial director, Jennifer Bomturaki, says they come into business not as competitors.
We come into the market to supplement other airlines in the market as a partner with one goal: moving people from point to point, and our strategy is clear. We will work with other stakeholders to forge lasting partnerships.
Aboard this inaugural commercial flight was UBC's Managing Director David Winston Agaba, who says supporting the airline will be top priority of the national broadcaster.
It's a lot of excitement, and we call upon all Ugandans, let's embrace the national carrier and support Uganda Airlines. We are excited on behalf of Uganda Broadcasting Corporation. We are bringing you all these live images, and we shall continue to give you updates as and when Uganda Airlines is expanding on the airwaves.
Other passengers share their in-flight experience.
Part I liked most is the comfort of the aircraft itself. In fact, this is a better flight than the last one that I took.
Excellent, and they should keep up the good work. And then the food was nice. Those pineapples, I don't know where I got them from, but they must be straight from some garden in Masaka or my garden in Kasese.
They're tasty. They are well made. And of course delicious.
We'll be having one of our traditional vegetable curries as part of the menu, but short of that, I think it was really good.
Because while indeed it is a Ugandan flight, it serves beyond Uganda. So whatever is served, I have no problem with it as long as it meets the international standards, really.
Otherwise, I would fly with it. And you may also have noticed the government circular telling government officials to fly by Uganda Airlines. So for me, I think it's a plus. And yes, why not buy Uganda, build Uganda?
For now, it all seems to be a story of clear skies for Uganda Airlines in its first week of commercial operations. Samuel Senono, UBC News.
Flying the crane to the Pearl of Africa, Uganda Airlines right there. Thank you, Samuel Senono. Now, in other news, several mourners are thronging the home of the late Najirinya Maria in Zambia after police announced her demise. Key among the mourners is the Katikiro of Buganda, Charles Peter Maiga, and the former Deputy Attorney General, Fred Ruhindi. Najirinya is reported to have gone missing on Thursday, 29th August 2019. Maria Najirinya's body was this afternoon discovered after she was allegedly murdered with her driver. The mood is somber, with the family members still in shock over the demise of their daughter, and according to Helen Nabulia, the sister of the deceased, she says that Najirinya had never complained of any threats to her family. Recalling her last moments with the late Najirinya at the funeral of a close relative on Tuesday this week, Helen says that her death is a shock to the family.
Ebikolwa eby'obukambwe byongera kuzaala bukambwe era abonna abakirimu ate bamanye nti obukambwe nabo bujja kubayooleramu. Ekiwundu kizibu okuteebereza oba abantu bonna beekanza okutuuka ku kino, ate olwo gwe azaala omwana, ate omwana gw'okuzizzo ng'oli wekka, nnyina w'omwana yafa dda 1994. Omwana akuze, otuusewo n'ofunira akaseko ku matama ate ne bamutemula mu ngeri ey'obukambwe bwenkanidde awo.
I last met with Maria on Sunday. We had a program to go somewhere, but then she came and picked me at my place. When she picked me, we went for an outing somewhere and then we came back. When we came back, she sent me a message on WhatsApp telling me that there is a cousin of ours who has died. Then I was shocked, but that was late. So when she told me it was a bit late, I couldn't move that night. I came on Monday. She was like, Helen, I thought you're not going to come because you don't like these things of coming for burial or what, something like that. Then I was like, no, I had to come since you told me. When she saw me, when I came there, we parted. When she went away, the following day, my dad called me. Do you know that your sister has been kidnapped? I was like, what? Someone I was with yesterday. How does it come like that? So I had to rush and come here, see what's going on. Maria was kidnapped the whole of yesterday. We didn't see her. Up to today, when we had the sad news that Maria has passed away.
Security should be the concern of everyone. Because when a thing like this one happens, there is a tendency always to say it's police. Police should take care of us. The army should take care of us. Security forces, yes, they should. But each one of us should be each other's keeper. We should all be concerned about security. Security should start with you and me.
In other news, the Ministry of Health yesterday announced that a girl who crossed into Uganda to Kasese from the Democratic Republic of Congo with her mother was actually infected with Ebola. Now, it is reported that since they discovered Ebola in this year's pandemic, over 3,000 infections have been recorded, and over 2,000 of those infections have recorded deaths. Now, the Ministry of Health reported today at Ministry of Health. Let's take a look.
Over 200 doses of Ebola vaccine disease have been delivered to Kasese district to vaccinate people who came into contact with the 9-year-old girl who has succumbed to Ebola.
We've been working with World Health Organization, and so far a total of 200 doses of Ebola viral disease vaccines have been delivered in Kasese district as of today. This will be used to vaccinate any possible contacts.
Minister of State for Health in charge of primary health care, Joyce Moriku, says the late traveled with her mother from DRC.
A blood sample was immediately drawn and sent for testing at Uganda Viral Research Institute in Entebbe. And the result confirmed positive for Ebola virus. That was yesterday, 29th August 2019. Unfortunately, the girl passed on early this morning today. Upon the request of the father, plans were underway to repatriate the body to DRC for safety and dignified burial. May her soul rest in eternal peace.
However, the Ministry of Health has asked the general public to remain calm as response and prevention measures continue.
I want to categorically make this clear. This threat poses no major risk to the rest of the country. The Ministry of Health wishes to reassure all Ugandans, and we want to reassure all our visitors that with the experience and the expertise available in the country, the capacity we have in the country, the disease will be contained.
At the moment, emphasis is being put on border screening in the districts neighboring DRC. Uganda has been on high alert since Ebola outbreak was announced in the Democratic Republic of Congo on 1st August 2018. Adiana Kute, UBC.
In more news, a hailstorm has left residents of Kabingo in Chazanga sub-county in Luengo district counting losses as their plantations, livestock and other properties were destroyed. The heavy downpour that started at around 3 p.m. has left residents of 8 villages with a population of over 1,000 in the cold, as most of their roofs were blown off. They are now seeking for assistance. The Equal Opportunity Commission has embarked on a campaign aimed at enhancing and advocating for gender equality with neighboring countries in East African community. This was disclosed by the Zamina Malole while receiving a delegation of the National Gender and Equality Commission of Kenya. Details follow.
The Equal Opportunity Commission with the Kenyan National Gender and Equality Commission have come up with a strategy aimed at eliminating inequality across East African countries. This was evidenced when the Kenya National Gender and Equality Commission visited the Equal Opportunity Commission in Kampala. While addressing the delegates from Kenya, the representative of the chairman, Equal Opportunity Commission, Zamina Malole, says they are aiming at expanding their boundaries such that no one is left behind, more so in East Africa.
Because gender and equity is also enforcement and ensuring equal opportunities and affirmative action in so many ways.
In her keynote speech, Dr. Joyce Mutinda, the chairperson of National Gender and Equality Commission of Kenya, emphasized their targets of visiting the Uganda Equal Opportunity Commission.
Before we leave today, we will be asking each other, how can we come together and work together and have regular meetings to review the way we deal with various issues, particularly audit.
Dr. Joyce Mutinda also okayed working with Uganda Equal Opportunity Commission because it promotes togetherness among the two countries, hence promotion of equality and fairness.
There is the issue of just meeting together and saying, we want to do this for East Africa. When I look at the Inter-University Council, for example, they are doing exchange, staff exchange for the various universities. And they have been able to access funding even to do quality assurance for the universities in East Africa.
The meeting discussed developmental issues aimed at helping both countries to perform their expectations.
Now, relatedly, hospitals across the country are expected to offer male circumcision as a measure to help manage the infection rate of HIV and AIDS, sexually transmitted diseases, cancer, and to those improve hygiene among men. This exercise, which men have been embracing voluntarily, will in the longer run also minimize cervical cancer among women. Details follow.
Scientists say that circumcising men is not only good for men but also women. It is medically proven that besides circumcision, improves hygiene among men, reduces risks of contracting sexually transmitted infections, and also reduces risks of cancer of the cervix among women. Kisubi Hospital is found along Entebbe Road in Wakiso district and is one of the health facilities that has embarked on the circumcision campaign. Dr. William Sebanenya is one of the surgeons who encourages men to embrace the free service.
The general public, we appeal that this is a good service that people benefit. It is done here at Kisubi for free, free of charge. Monday up to Friday, Monday up to Saturday, 8 up to 5. So whoever wants will come and get the service.
With circumcision proved to prevent HIV transmission by 60%, Winnie Nagawalukia, an HIV/AIDS coordinator at the facility, adds her voice to that of Dr. Sebanenya.
SMC is a service we have offered since 2012, and I think we have worked on more than 40,000 men since then. We have a team of trained team circumcision staff. We have circumcisers, surgeon assistants, and counselors. This service has been known to aid in the prevention of transmission of HIV.
Fred Seguya, a beneficiary, shares his own experience of what transpires during circumcision. Besides circumcision, the hospital prioritizes other health and reproductive services that ensure a healthy community. Sekandi William is the hospital's public relations officer.
Other services like gynecological services, we have them, and other services of the pediatrics and other services generally in the hospital. We have new services. We are introducing a heart center. And we have services of the cath lab, and we have services of the CT scan.
All men, irrespective of age, are eligible for circumcision, except for those with congenital deformities on private parts. Men are therefore encouraged to embrace a circumcision unless suffering from sexually transmitted infections, hypertension, sickle cell disease, diabetes, and those with bleeding disorders. This report was compiled by Joel Vubia for UBC News.
Women in Wakiso have tasked State House Anti-Corruption Unit headed by Lieutenant Colonel Edith Nakalema not to be selective in their operation against corruption. The women say that sometimes such units go for ordinary people and exclude what they term as big shots. They raise the concerns in an ongoing ideological orientation course for women in Wakiso district.
These groups of over 3,000 women across Wakiso district have gathered at St. Michael International School to undergo a 2-week ideological orientation course organized by the resident district commissioner, Wakiso. The women urged the State House and Corruption Unit, headed by Lieutenant Colonel Edith Nakalema, not to spare any corrupt leader in the country.
I
would like to propose that before you arrest the lower cadres, please begin with the top officials in public offices, because they are the ones promoting corruption in our country. That way, you will manage the fight against corruption.
They also raised the alleged corruption cases against police, health workers and school officials in Wakiso district that they want the unit to investigate.
Eradicating corruption is not easy, since it is deeply rooted in our society, right from our homes up to big institutions like health units, where it's rampant.
My question goes to the police. For us as women, we are finding it difficult to be helped. The woman in charge of family affairs is very corrupt.
Nakalema pledged her support towards investigating any corruption allegation in the country.
We have gained public confidence exhibited by the high number of complaints or calls, whereby on average 250 voice calls are received per day, and that is and other whistleblowers in the office. Abantu batano, 5, we already have 5 convictions. Betumaze okusingisa omusango bali batano mu myezi 6 yokka gye twakakola ku misango. Yes, bali mu office ya government, abalala bali mu revenue authority, abo tubajjiddemu ddala mu government ebaliddamu kusavinga government ekumala emyaka 10 bakomezaawo essente, kati abalala batidde tebajja kugenda mu maaso. Yes, tulina government officials 90 persons, most of them are public servants or civil servants, arraigned to court.
She encouraged the people to support her by reporting or providing evidence in any corruption case.
As mothers of the nation, you should detect, disease it from all corrupt tendencies, beginning with yourself, your family, and your community or society. Fengaba mama.
For UBC TV News, I am Philip Aguta.
In more news, the chairperson of the Indian Women's Association in Uganda, Suman Venkatesh, has committed her group's support to efforts aimed at promoting education and health in the country. Now, this was during a press briefing on scholarship scheme held at Dimelo's Hotel in Kampala.
For the last 79 years, the Indian Women Association in Uganda has engaged in various activities aimed at solving domestic violence, medical camps, and giving out scholarship to vulnerable children.
Will work and support all government obligations in education, health sectors in a transparent and accountable manner to provide the best environment to all citizens.
While addressing the stakeholders meeting at Demaros, the chairperson of the Indian Women Association in Uganda, Suman Venkatesh, has pledged more scholarship scheme to the needy students.
School fees is a continuous initiative of IVA, costing annual tune of over 90 million shillings. We have a unique sponsorship scheme, meaning once IVA sponsors a child, he or she will benefit until graduation, provided they perform meaning Iva is committed in bringing up the child to become a responsible citizen.
Dugadash, who represented the Indian High Commission to Uganda, hailed the Indian women's contribution to Uganda's needy children.
We witnessed the high level of commitment and professionalism, which is a matter of pride for all of us.
Muhangus Tobias, Nambiru Peruth and Watoro Bridget are graduating this year after a full paid-up scholarship scheme.
Supported me for over now 9 years. That's since I was in Form 2 up to now.
Has supported me like since S5 up to now for 4 years.
The best Senior 6 performers under the scholarship this year will get an opportunity to study in India University with a fully sponsored arrangement through the High Commission of India in Uganda. Mutesa Sera Haruna reporting for UBC News.
Let's now take a quick break and we'll be back with business news. Stay tuned.
Every dream has a challenging journey. Ours began in 1998. With a mission to drive the development of a robust communications sector in Uganda, we created structures to champion the dream. We've evolved, made discoveries, supported great minds, empowered Ugandans, and fostered a vibrant culture, enabling communication for all. Down the years, we've created memories and networks, uniting generations and building great partnerships. Together, we can go even further. UCC, celebrating 20 years of achievements.
Have you completed Senior 4 or Senior 6 and you want to do a 2-year certificate or a diploma course? Makerere Institute for Social Development, an affiliate to Makerere Business School, offers programs in accounting and finance, business administration, procurement and supplies management, social work and social administration, information technology, counseling and guidance, human resource, project planning and management, journalism, secretarial studies, and many others. We are located on Apollo Kegwa Road, next to Oilcom Petrol Station, with a UBTEP Center number.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Pain Arena. Introducing on the right corner, Mr. Action, the reigning heavyweight champion in the ring against
the Headache, the #1 contender. And the bell rings.
Headache charges forward with a steady right and a left hook. Action dodges. He misses out with an inch. Wait a minute. Mr. Action launches back with a kick. The final blow. He is out.
If symptoms persist, seek medical advice.
Welcome to the first ever Uganda-Tanzania Business Forum and Exhibition taking place on the 4th and the 5th of September 2019 at the Julius Nyerere International Convention Center in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. Come and explore new business and investment opportunities. Come and participate in open plenary discussions on finance, bilateral trade, infrastructure, extractives, and their challenges before the heads of state, government ministers, and policy makers, as well as showcasing your products and services at the business exhibition. Registration is now open. Log on to www.businessforum.biz today and register to participate in the 2019 Uganda-Tanzania Business Forum. Call us on 752-470-214 Uganda, and for Tanzania 784-323-068. The Uganda-Tanzania Business Forum is organized by and is proudly sponsored by
12 displays that will leave you enthralled. Make a date with us during the first Sunday of every month. With over 2,000 participants at one venue, we aim to keep healthy, network, ensure viable brand positioning, and make friends while having fun during our monthly sports festival. Ladies, gentlemen, and well-wishers, Obukama Watoro is organizing a fundraising dinner on Sunday 1st September 2019 at the Kampala Serena Hotel starting at 5 p.m. The dinner will focus on fundraising for the Save River Mpanga as well as construction and development of the Toro Digital Museum project in Fort Portal. Purchase your tickets for only 250,000 Uganda shillings or simply reserve a table for as low as 3 million Uganda shillings. The dinner will be graced by His Majesty the King of Toro. Your attendance, donations, and support will be highly appreciated.
Welcome back. You're still watching the news tonight here on UBC TV. And now in our business news, Chartered Financial Analyst Society East Africa Investment Conference wants government to privatize its entities. The move is likely to boost innovation and economic benefits once the private sector takes on the operations. The Chartered Financial Analysts Association Conference seeks to portray the role of capital markets towards economic growth. Details follow.
Financial management gurus from across East Africa are in Kampala to assess mechanisms of how capital markets can lead to development. This follows Uganda's response to joining the market remaining low, yet other countries are earning big from capital markets.
Honestly, very disappointed about the number of listings that have happened over the time. And we'll debate why and so on. But they are very, very small. I mean, East Africa has less than 100 listed companies. I mean, we can't compare that with Joburg or with Morocco or with even Egypt. But that has been a big disappointment. The bond listings have dried up and so on. The free float does not exist.
Uganda has low response for companies to join the stock market, and this is partly because most SMEs constitute a high percentage in the business sector. The government of Uganda now looks at compelling companies to list on the money market as a prerequisite to have a license.
Companies should be compelled, especially the companies that are making so much money, that they should be compelled to list on the stock exchange. Because when you see a company earning 200 or 300 billion net of tax, and they take all that money out of the country, we are losing because they have to buy the dollars which they have not earned, to exchange the shillings into dollars and transfer that money out of the country.
The move is likely to boost innovation and economic benefits once private sector takes on the operations. Chartered Financial Analyst Society East Africa Investment Conference is desirous of seeing government privatize its business entities.
And we think that there is a very good potential, most especially around access to capital first and foremost, but also enhancing and strengthening the corporate governance framework of these institutions that has been built in these entities over time, and then channel the funds that have been raised into other sectors that need funding and have a multiplier effect on the economy.
This year's conference is held under the theme Revolution, Capital Markets Deepening to Spur Growth. Sandra Kahunde-Gaba, UBC Business.
In more news, Bukalasa Agricultural College has received a boost of 4 high-caliber machines for hands-on skills training of the students at the college. The machines donated by AFC Foundation include a processing instrument, improved local ovens, cooking stoves, and wine incubators. The college's head of nutrition and dietetics department, Grace Anyango, says that the donation is timely. Let's take a look.
Fact that Uganda has a very high percentage of unemployment on the youth category.
Greenhouse training and management, and now the college has benefited because Sky has procured for college a number of machinery and tools.
So these 2 slabs were for alternatives for running.
The long line hassle.
With 1xBet, the power of placing the perfect bet is at your fingertips. Bet anytime from anywhere. Best of all, payment is instant. Place your bet on whatever you choose. Virtual games, bet games, sports, and even live betting. Winning has never been this simple. Bet with 1xBet. Advanced gaming is regulated by the Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board. Betting is addictive and can be psychologically harmful, and it's only eligible to persons above 18 years of age.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Pain Arena. Introducing on the right corner, Mr. Action, the reigning heavyweight champion in the ring against
the Headache, the #1 contender. And the bell rings.
Headache charges forward with a steady right and a left hook. Action dodges. He misses out with an inch. Wait a minute. Mr. Action launches back with a kick. The final blow. He is out.
If symptoms persist, seek medical advice.
Brought to you by Bet with 1xBet.
To start off our sports news, we take you across the continent where the ugly head usually associated with boxing has once again come to the fore during the final day of the boxing competition at the 12th All-Africa Games in Morocco. The Democratic Republic of Congo led the protests when a seemingly unassailable dominance by their boxer was titled in favor of an Egyptian by the judges.
When International Olympic Committee took a decision to suspend the global body in charge of amateur boxing, IBA, they questioned judges and umpires' decisions during the 2016 Olympic Games in Brazil.
As you may know, IBA is no longer recognized by the International Olympic Committee, and a boxing task force was put in place to manage Olympic boxing. IBA still exists, and it manages and oversees a number of federations around the world. But when it gets to Olympic Games, it's not recognized and does not have any authority to manage boxing in the Olympic movement.
And now, yet again, during an IBA sanctioned event at the All Africa Games, judges' decisions almost disrupted an otherwise smooth boxing final day of action in Rabat. Trouble started when, after a complete dominance by DRC's Peter Kwabechi during the 61 kg final against Egyptian Abdelhawad Ablaham, the Egyptian's hand was raised as victor, sparking off protests. Sanity was later restored, but after a lengthy delay whose deliberation officials refused to address to reporters. It was after that halt that Uganda's David Semuju entered the fray and lost his final, but gladly added a silver medal to Uganda's collection. Uganda also registered success in weightlifting when Zubair Kubo scooped a bronze medal.
I think I performed well in a clean and jerk because I added on 5 kilos. According to the Nairobi performance, where I managed to lift 160 kilos. So I added on 5 kilos. This time I lifted 170 kilos. For the snatch, I declined a bit because I was trying to chase a medal. I didn't want to throw weights down. As you know, I declined by 4 kilos. I did 131 kilos. But in Nairobi, I did 135.
For the first time in 3 editions, Uganda is likely to finish without a gold medal to its name unless the men's 5,000-meter team performs well during one of the last events of these games later on Friday. Egypt is still the dominant country on the medal table, with Uganda proud of just 9 that include 4 bronze and 2 silver.
In more sports news, it has been a tight race at the ongoing Kassolite Uganda Open Golf Tournament at Serena Chigo Golf Course. Day 2 has seen Irene Nakalembe reduce the 6-stroke gap to 1 against the leader of the table, Bavidie, who has been leading the table from day 1 of the ladies category. Ango Eaton of Tanzania who returned an 82, could only look on as two Ugandans create an 8-stroke gap. With the finals for the ladies set for Saturday, the winner is yet to be decided with a change in weather.
Been good for me, I must say. I played much better than yesterday. I am impressed with my score today. Yes, it was really stiff, really stiff. But we thank God. We are done with day 2. We are waiting for day 3. Well, every hole is challenging because every hole has water somewhere. So it depends. If you are there on time, better for you. If you are late, you are in much trouble. Each hole has its own challenges. I won't say this is very hard, this is very easy, because the ones that have lower indices, I played them better. And the ones with the bigger indices, that's where I got bogeys. So I cannot say this particular one. Every hole has its own challenge. The rain has nothing to do with my game plan tomorrow. First of all, I am glad it rained right after I finished. So it can rain the entire afternoon until tomorrow. I'll wait for my tee off time, and I just have to be ready by tomorrow.
Actually, my game wasn't so bad, just that I couldn't putt. Nothing could work. Like you have a good putt and it comes into, like you have a good shot and then it becomes a bad shot after that. So my game wasn't so bad if you compare. Actually, I had lots of bogeys. I had so many bogeys today. Very many bogeys, because I'm struggling with my knees, so I don't turn like the usual way I used to. So I'm trying to fight, and I don't want to force my body. So
my golf is there, but it's just the putting and some few holes are disappointment. But all in all, I thank God for everything. I hope tomorrow I'll pull up my socks.
In more sports news, Bulemezi FC players have been urged to concentrate on the team-building techniques for good results during the Buganda Masaza football tournament. The Luwero District Local Council 5 Chairman Ronald Ndaula urges players to forget personal interests and work towards advancing to the semi-finals. He made this call during a training session at Camp Kasana Playgrounds ahead of their second leg quarter-final match against Chagwe FC.
If this is their chance, this is their opportunity, which they must utilize and be vigilant to achieve. This is a do or die game, which we must win.
Let's now have a look at the weather update with Daphne Kabasita.
Good evening. Thanks for watching UBC. I'm Daphne Kabasita Nsamba from Uganda National Meteorological Authority, taking you through the weather update. According to the report that received today, most parts of the country had a sunny intervals, with some areas having cloudy conditions and isolated showers in the morning hours. But then later in the afternoon, most parts of the country had isolated showers and some areas having cloudy conditions. Masindi reported the highest amount of rainfall of 25.2 millimeters, and then Kabale had 8.3 millimeters. Mbara had 2.3 millimeters, and then Jinja had 0.5 millimeters. Checking on the satellite image over Africa, it shows that the rain belt is over our country because we are getting winds that are coming from Indian Ocean towards our country, and also some winds are coming from Congo towards Uganda. That's why most parts of the country are having showers. For tomorrow, we are expecting to start the day with sunny intervals in most parts of the country, apart from some few areas in the northern where we are expecting showers, and also in western Uganda, like in Kasese. Later in the afternoon, we are expecting showers in most parts of Uganda. Temperatures are expected to rise to 29 in the northeastern part of the country, and then in our capital city, we are expecting temperatures to rise to 27, and then in Kabale, we are expecting temperatures to rise to 24. Going beyond Uganda, we are expecting Nairobi, Kigali, to have thunder showers, and then Nairobi, we are expecting also showers with temperatures rising to 24. London, we are expecting showers. In Dubai and Paris, we are expecting sunny conditions, temperatures rising to 42 in Dubai. That's what we had in our store. For more information about weather, don't hesitate to click on our website. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you, Daphne, for those weather updates. And however, we've also come to the end of our bulletin tonight. However, let's take a look at the headlines before we let you go. Nailed NRM youth relocated from Mulago. Violent rains ravage homes in Luengo district.